Right, hot to trot, something very, very different. Duncan McPherson, hello again.
Welcome to corporate headquarters.
I don't actually know exactly where we are. We're in Melbourne. I'm well and truly out of my comfort zone, to say the least.
We had to park your car in a basement and get my EA to let you in there. You learned something today, and EA is an executive assistant.
I was about to say I can't even remember what that one is. Plenty happening in the world of Aldebaran Park, plenty happening in the world of the trotters. But firstly, let's have a recap of Cambridge the other night. I did speak to you afterwards. You probably don't even remember half the things you said, but what a fabulous night, brilliantly run by David Branch and the whole crew there at Cambridge Raceway. And it wasn't just a night, it was a build-up to it, the TAB Trot. And lucky enough for yourself and Ash Haynes, you guys managed to, and Chris Finozio, come out on top.
Yeah, I mean, it's to Cambridge, David Branch and all his team. Well done, fantastic night. I mentioned to some people globally in the last 72 hours, it's on the calendar. It's definitely one of those events that people should go to. You can't control the weather, but that didn't worry the people. It didn't worry the people with ponchos. No, people with ponchos and the event and the country singers and the event that they held afterwards. It had a vibe, it had a buzz, and I think that's the most important thing. And to go to a racetrack, have an experience, whether it's the Prix de Marique or Little Brown Jug or the Meadowlands, Elite Lot, Cambridge, It had a buzz. And you can't take the buzz away. The buzz is an injection, and David and his team have had it, and we've had 2 years of the trot slot. And before that, it was the Waikato Flying Mile. We've now got that the week before, and it's on the calendar. And let's hope they leave it where it is, date-wise. We all know when it is, and get some predictability in our travels and our planning for the horses as we go forward. As you said to Ashley Haynes, the McLean family, Chris Finozio, wonderful training effort, wonderful driving effort. Bit of luck after the start, but you always need that little bit of luck. But then the horse did the job and broke a track record, and I think we just can't not understand. Sunday's son, Colin Hare, rang me. Sunday's son held that track record or that record over that distance previously. It's no mean feat to knock over Sunday's son.
No.
And then also beat $1 million earner. And we shouldn't take and forget that Queen Elida is now the most winningest brood mare or mare in Australasian trotting history. There's only 2 done it, with one over Kenny being the other, and you just need to understand the significance of her gender racing for smaller prize money than the Pacers. And if she was, in some other part of the world, she'd probably have a $2.5 million bankroll, but she's got what she's got, and it was a fantastic effort. So to, Tony Barron and Buff McKenzie and all the team associated with Queen Elida, Brent Lilly, Chris Selford, well done, congratulations, and it's no mean feat to get her over the line.
The one thing about that mare too, there's a couple of things I want to touch on, but she had to race.
We're hot on the press too, so that's okay. So sorry about that.
It's all good. That mare had to race the boys in open class company for so long to accumulate that, and I think that's a great feat. There's a few people with the pacing ranks that don't want to do it. They seem scared to do it. Just sit back and celebrate it and enjoy it. But she is a great mare. She gave Ash a bit of a fright, probably yourself, halfway up the straight, because she actually nearly looked like Buddy getting up the inside of him. I mean,
but he switches off in his racing too. And I mean, when he finally worked out that she was there at 50 yards from the post, he picked up again. The other thing it's worth mentioning is the locomotive. I mean, let's not also understand he's an elite lot selected horse. He ran third.
He was awesome. People don't realise how wet it was sitting out there parked as well.
Track record, sat parked. That's gone over to Sweden. I know Anders Lindqvist in France has shared the vision and shared the videos. Dennis Engelbo has spoken about it. So don't worry, the world was watching that race the other night, and within 24 hours there's messages coming from everywhere. So it was the vision, it was the experience, and just a wonderful trot race.
From the trotting point of view, it doesn't stop. We've got the Lyell Creek this weekend. We'll go through the Roe Cup, I think, is in 3 weeks from...
early May, 4th of May, I think.
Yeah, so it's not that far away, but it is coming up as well. Harness Racing New Zealand, be aware of what you've got. You'll get more people going over there with the trotting races. There was some talk of Kiang, I forgot his name. Chucky was actually going to head across there too and stay for it. That could happen. Even if they don't get an invite, they still could hang around.
Yeah, well, they missed the slot, which is, it's ironic that there was too many horses in the end and not enough
It's actually great,
operable
isn't it?
slots.
Yeah.
Next year, I think the pressure on the slots will open up. The favourites ran well, but Queen Elida was 50 to 1. So if you can go and just get your head round 50 to 1 when she's got preferential barrier draw, I'll go here for Tiggy. But it just goes to prove how open the racing is. And when you're at that elite level, we're very fortunate in Southern Hemispherical trotting. We've got up to 15 first class, world class trotters here, and anyone can win on the night. And whether it's Muscle Mountain, Oscar Bonavina, the up-and-comers bet and win and not as promised. I mean, the Dwyers will have another go at it. I mean,
they're going around this week in the Laurel Creek.
It's just a new environment. They ran second in the Waikato Flying Mile, so they get a good result this week. The trip's paid for. The horse has had a great experience. He's been to New Zealand before, not as promised, and the world's their oyster. So no, look, it's just and back to the locomotive. All the best to that team. We all caught up. We all were congratulatory to each other both before and after the race, and the camaraderie amongst the trotting fraternity on the night was just outstanding. So well done to everybody.
Yep. And any Aussies thinking about it next year? Put it on your earmark.
Put it on your list.
To get there, I've actually hit a button that'd be unbelievable. But we've got the yearling sales this weekend. We want to make sure people are aware of it. Very, very important. There's about 60 trotters going under the hammer. Unbelievable bloodlines. We'll leave your Aldebaran hat off for 1 second, even though you forgot it. But just it must blow you away. There's a full brother to RC Phoenix in the sale by Trixton. It's just ridiculous.
Well, RC Phoenix is now the 5th most winning progeny that Trixton has left anywhere in the world. And ironically, Trixton, the dam of Trixton, Amelia Cassel, was owned and is owned by and connected to John Bootsman from Holland, who's Boko Farms, who's got Aldebaran Vera, and Aldebaran Vera's with Marg Lee. So there's already a connection through Trixton, and one of the messages I got was to pass on the congratulations to Ashley Haynes and the team, because of the interest that he's had in Trixton. So 5th most winningest Trixton in the world is now RC Phoenix. We've just got to pinch ourselves and understand what that means when the Americans look at it and the Europeans look at it, and he's down here.
Yeah.
And the future's still in front of him.
And there's a full brother to him.
Yeah, full brother in the sales. Good luck to Ash. Things happen at the right time for lots of reasons. But it's not only that horse. There are other horses. There's Bold Eagles. There's Tactical Landings. I mean, it's a book. Ready Cash.
The last Ready Cash to go under the hammer. Pat has got another one, but he did allude to me today that the next one is definitely not going under the hammer. This filly 333 is actually there for sale.
333.
It's super exciting for your draft. You got Bold Eagles. There's Bird Parkers. There's a horse really closely related to King of the North. When I sort of horse he was, there's one out of a sister to him. The depth and it's amazing. We want people to be aware of it and get out there and have a look at these trotters, celebrate them, and get behind them.
Yeah, and we've got first season sire Dancing in the Dark. Yep. So, I mean, he's the tank we sent to Sweden. We've spoken to Manhamster Terry only last night and again last week. They're selling the semen for Dancing in the Dark into Holland and Sweden, and the books of Calgary Games and also Redley Express are full. So the next option is to go to this bloke. So we're underway, and we're looking forward to presenting those horses for the first yearling sale of that stallion anywhere in the world, and it happens to be at the Nutrien sale on Sunday. So the world's watching. And all the videos that we've taken have now been embedded in the Manhamster Terry website up in Sweden.
So people know they're there.
They know they're there. So there's people just going to tune in and well done to Nutrien. It can go online and people are going to be watching it from all around the world.
I've spoken to Danny. I did a thing with Danny earlier last Sunday. All yours have got the voiceovers on, all your videos, so I'm going to put the tags into them there. You yourself have got 13 yearlings. The guys are preparing 16. They've got 2 for Wyndham and 1 for Ashley Haynes, actually.
For Ashley, yeah.
And then the other 13, you're 13 at the minute. Everything's okay with them? They're all going to arrive?
Yeah, all checked in. I mean, we've had people... I was talking to our chairman, Bernard Saundry, earlier this morning, and we've never had so many people come through the barn and look at yearlings as this year. So there's going to be, hopefully there's pressure in the sale ring. A lot of that credit goes to Mel and Danny at the farm. They've presented the horses in an outstanding condition. And I think the videos have generated some interest, and I know Keith Cotchin's going tomorrow. Elford was there last night. Brent Lilly's watched every video. The list goes on, and I know that Mark Barton's ringing me, hasn't heard of this trainer. He's been to Aldebaran Park. Can we give him credit? And I said, you give him as much credit as you like. We'll cover it. But there's interest in not only in our stock but also other people's stock. So I think that the trotting side is strong. Herd population, I spoke to John Mooney in New Zealand. The trotting numbers were only down 1% in their breeding numbers last year. 1% in a herd pool of 600 is about 4 or 5 horses, 6 horses. That's how close they are to maintaining their equilibrium.
The Pacers is not
Pace is down
story.
12%. Yeah, different ball game. And then obviously with the increased interest from around the world and the ability to have these open class horses. And to HRV's credit, 2 and 3-year-old trotting racing, $15,000 on Saturday nights. It showcases our juvenile trotters on a Saturday night to the public. We're definitely heading in the right direction.
We've still got the Rich Nutrien Race Series 2 to come later this season as well. So that's in August. We're going to be celebrating that as well. It's not on this weekend with the Pacers. It's way too early for the 2-year-olds.
Yeah.
So it's going to work out good, but it's going to be a great celebration, for everyone involved.
Oh, and I've said, to credit, there's a horse here for everybody. Whether you've got $5,000 as they've done in the pacing ranks to 200. Trotters hit 200, great. We'll see what happens. But all I'm getting at is there's a price point for everybody to come and purchase a trotter at this sale. And whether it's our draft or other people's drafts, I think this is where the strength is, and this is definitely the future of our industry.
You got a couple of little chestnuts in your draft? A couple of little ones. There's a couple that stand out with their bloodlines, but is there a couple there that you quite like on types?
There's a few of them. It's unfair to single them out individually.
I like throwing you under the bus. You're like, I don't like this question, do you?
Well, I had the boys. One of them is out of Aldebaran Eliza, 337, and a couple of trainers have rung me and said how good it looks on a video.
Oh, Archer, yeah.
Yeah, Aldebaran Archer. I've had somebody comment that they're the best videos that we've produced. And if you go onto the Aldebaran Park website, you can see last year's progeny and sisters and half-brothers to what we're selling this year. And I've kept every year video on there. So the links are there, but you can see the improvement in what Mel and Danny have been doing, but also just improvement in the genetic outcome.
And the breed, yeah.
And the breed, yeah.
Beautiful size and go from there.
Yeah.
When are you going to get there? Will you be there Saturday?
I've got some Sydney Swans, different hat, pop the Swans hat on Friday night. And
it's over that side. You can just see it, but I didn't really want that in there as a
No, that's all right. So I've got a bit of work to do we've got a bit of stuff to do with the Swans Saturday night. We'll be out there for parade at noon on Saturday.
Yep.
And then back out there, double back out there. Horses will be down at Aldebaran Park Draft, getting picked up. They should be at the complex about 3 o'clock. If anyone wants to go and catch up with them on Friday, just give Mel and Danny a ring. The phone numbers are on the website. They'll be more than happy to come out at you Friday, but definitely Saturday if people want to get out there. We look forward to seeing you, and we'll do as much work as we can to present our product. And then parade, we'll obviously be all in our Aldebaran Park maroon shirts and come and tap us on the shoulder, and if we can help you, we will.
If you give me any notes at the last minute, can you make sure they're not written in doctor?
Yeah, I can do whatever you like.
You don't remember that, I couldn't even remember you dropped one in front of me and I couldn't read your writing.
No, my father was a pharmacist, and he got very used to reading. When you've got a prescription from a local GP, they definitely write a little bit differently, and my father was very good at working out what they wrote, but I took the doctor's side, and my phonetics, if you like, aren't as good as others, but anyway.
Thank you. Hot to Trot. This is a little bit of a different one for what's going on, but it is very important, these sales. I think people need to be aware. If you're not buying, I think we need people there to support the people that have put this product on show as well. I think that's one thing we need to be aware of. I think well done to yourself and so many other people like Pat and so many other people, but I think the culmination of selling a dream. We've got the Elite Lot colours above the top of us. You talk about the locomotive heading across. We saw what you were able to do last week with the TAB Trot the year before. Just Believe, there's such a great celebration, and Just Believe headed off to the Elite Lot. I mean, if you want the dream, trotters are the dream. You can travel the world with the trotters and have so much fun, and we need more people to get involved in it, and we want more people to be a part of it.
Well, don't forget Call Me the Breeze either. We've
I'll get in trouble for that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but we've got, these are the international class. I mean, he's international class. I mean, what they did in the Great, him and Just Believe, and the whole field did in the Great Southern Star last year, everyone remembers it. People are talking about the trotting races.
Yep.
And there's 60 trotters, there's 28 stallions or something represented on Sunday. there's no single domination in the trotting rank, and I think this is the most important thing. You can buy your dream. The dream will be there. Someone will buy a dream and have a reality out of Sunday's draft. I have absolutely no doubt. And we just wish every vendor and every purchaser on behalf of Aldebaran Park, including ourselves, every bit of luck. And to Mark Barton and the Nutrien team, we hope you have a successful sale, because we need you to be successful for us to have a place to vend our horses. Mickey Gurin contacted me the other day and wrote a little piece in an article, and I think it's worth remembering about the trotters. The trotters were lost to the Inter-Dominion 12 to 14 years ago. We started an Australasian Premier Trotting Sale, and we started a thing called the Great Southern Star. The trotters have resurrected themselves in the Southern Hemisphere. They are now globally competitive, and everybody has the opportunity to purchase bloodlines that will provide that dream on Sunday. So go for it, and we look forward to seeing you.
Dunk, thank you. Hot to trot. Fresh is best. The whole box and dice, we've got it all covered, but we need a new one. I still reckon you were going to tongue kiss Ashley the other day. After the video footage is inconclusive, but you weren't far off, I reckon.
No such thing in my repertoire or bag of tricks. But if you can't enjoy the emotion of the moment and the passion, and that's what I've got, and as you know, they say I've got teal blood instead of red blood running through my veins. Well, I've also got a bit of
red. It was a bit red the other night.
But I mean, you've got to enjoy it, and I think that's the live passion, that's the moment passion, and that's what everybody can experience. And I mean, that's the dream we all live, and I was fortunate enough to live some of that dream, and I've had a lot of fulfilments. Maori time, as you said, going to the elite lop. She's at home.
Still the fastest mare in Australia.
Still the fastest mare, and the second one's Aldebaran Ravani, and she's at the farm as well. So with her Walner colt, but there's just so much to look forward to, and I just exude excitement at the moment. And let's just get there Sunday and look after the breeders, but also look after yourselves and have a bit of fun and enjoy what the product is.
Thanks, mate.
Hot to trot at Aldebaran Park. Thanks for the opportunity, Bardo. See you Sunday.